Hey everybody, it's December. Can you believe it? We are nearing the end of 2025. I'm Christy uh, from Colorado and see some cute faces here. I've missed y'all, man. We've got two amazing trainers today, kind of both with the same messages, but different messages. I'm not going to talk very long this right now. I just want to remind you guys to please look at your Monday Momentum newsletter because there's some good, I have it here on my phone. So just, some important dates as far as month end and when customer service will be closed. Um, and then the Activate 90 is kind of some things that we want to be doing now to start the first quarter of 2026 off on the right foot. So read through that. It talks about to qualify, you want to personally enroll 200 in SV. With enrollees who set up a subscription. Now that 200 can come, it doesn't have to come from one person. You can have like five people on per tandem, right? At 40 SV to equal 200 or one person coming on with 200. And then if you have like an added value of 600 SV with new enrollees, then you get to try and have access to the new Axio X that is going to be a new product coming out
Sure.
January 12th, but you'll get your hands on it um, before then. And then also points for a mini trip that they're going to announce at our virtual conference next month. So that's a free conference that you guys know all of our virtuals are. So make sure that you guys register for that. Just it's free. You're going to have access to like the replay and everything. Okay. And then new consultants coming on board from now until the end of the year that enroll with 200 SV and are set up on subscription will also qualify. And then if they have 600 SV, then they get their hands on the new Axio X. And then in your newsletter, it's going to tell you all about Axio X. It's like a pre-workout drink, lots of good stuff in it. It's the Love Biome Phyto X. So it's the same exact product that they have loved with the new packaging that will be Axio X. It's going to come in 15 sticks. So just read about that so you know you're aware so we can have a really great launch come January 12th. And then as we're, ending December, just reminders of the quarter four drive era incentives, right? Like enrolling three new consultants, each with 200 SV, and you get, extra like $200. So lots of great spending money for your last minute Christmas gifts. So all the details are in that. Of course, if you read through this and you have questions, please reach out to one of your leaders, and we will, definitely talk more about that and help
Christy,
you.
oh,
Yes,
sorry. Is that Axio X? It's not taking the place of our Axio,
it is
right?
not taking the place of Axiom. No, it's
Okay.
gonna be a whole nother product. Yeah, more of a workout drink. And register for the global kickoff. And then you guys, the True Refine. So some of our product promos, right? The mask, the refining mask. I promise you, in all my years of aesthetics, this is my very favorite mask. We love it. If you tried it, it's so amazing. And so it's so cool. Like you get a True Refine mask. If you purchase that, you get hand cream, the Mango Blossom, and then it's buy two hand creams, get one free. So I always stock up when the deals are on hand creams because they make such great hostess gifts. And I have one in my car and purse and everywhere around the house, my nightstand. Such great hand cream and such a great price point. So anyway, so good stuff. And then you guys, you know that the green grape and the sour cherry Axio are phasing out. So if you love it, you want to get that ordered now. It's Dave's favorite, so I know he's going to be ordering some. So without further ado, we're talking, the training tonight with Doc Mitchell and Melanie Berk. It's all about like why is December a good month to just keep your foot on the gas and, how to talk to people, the tax strategies, all the things. Doc Mitchell, I know you guys have all heard his story and his wife Gina. They've got such a great story. And he just loves LifeVantage. He's so passionate about just our industry and really is following the system. He just rank advanced to consultant three. Congratulations. And he is just, you guys, he is like in full activity, talking to a lot of people, following the system, doing three-way calls like crazy. So I'm just in awe of you, Doc Mitchell, and you're so full of knowledge. I know that you kind of put together this training for us, again, because you're just so passionate about keeping your vision and keeping focus forward. So I'm just going to turn it over to you. I know you also have some slides to share as well.
Well, thank you, Chrissy. It's kind of hard to follow that opening, but I'll try. Uh, Thank you, thanks for letting me be here and share. I listened to a webinar last week, and it was talking all about December, and that's what I'm going to talk about tonight. So, where does this come from? This comes from actually almost 10 years of being in the industry, having some success over the 10 years, but never having been quite so moved by products as I am now. I just got my first batch of P84, and I'm already I can already feel the hair growing. Well, some of it. Anyway, I'm just very excited because for me, it's one thing to do a lot of external things, skin, hair, whatever. But if you don't get the inside right, so this combination, which by the way, I will probably on occasion refer to it as love biome or love vantage, because it's kind of combining the two. And I love what we're doing, where we're going, how we're getting there. And I think that'll come through with the presentation. So without any delay, I'm just going to jump right into it. Quick 2 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes on my background. I've been in the holistic health and wellness industry field for probably close to 40 years. I know I don't look it. I started really young, and I've been doing all this stuff. I live what I preach, and I just feel like we are the role models for the future. When I hear, how do I look this age? How do I not get sick that often? Or if I do, it doesn't last long. It's because I do this 85 to 90% of the time, take care of myself. And that's what I try to share with others. Look, we're in the holidays, so enjoy. You just don't have to go crazy. And that's what I'll link that into some of the talk as well. I'm going to get right into it because I know we have a time thing here. Let me share my screen. 40 years, where are you? I need my desktop. Oh, no. Where are you?
You're a doctor and you're tech savvy. That's
I know. Well, let's see how's tech savvy.
Hey, while you're doing that, Doc, I do want to mention, go ahead and do your thing. I forgot to mention or to remind you guys that the $50 renewal fee for all consultants starts this month, right at your year anniversary. And there's going to be a lot of communication and reminders for consultants throughout the years, throughout the year to remind people that it's coming, and so people don't get surprised. So just remember that is going to be happening starting this year.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Everyone see a nice green screen? And
Yes.
okay, good. Where's my, there we go. I wanted to start off with this slide because this is what I abide by. I am what is considered a vitalist, a vitalistic naturopathic doctor, which means I truly believe in the healing power of nature. The way that I have come to define naturopathic medicine, which I know is in some way kind of the philosophy with LifeVantage, is we let science and nature work together because there's ways to prove everything that we're doing here. And that's what's got me so jazzed. So letting the doctor of the future not give medicine, or at least maybe help some of their clients, customers, or patients get off of those meds. And the only way to do that is to replace it with things like activation. And that's where we start. And I really want to promote that as much as possible. I'm going to start with here what I call the 4 rules of success for December. I'm going to make it very specific. Why? Because most people think December, well, everybody's off, buying gifts and doing other things, and they're distracted, and maybe some of that's true, and we can still reel them in. It just requires, persistence, getting out there and doing the do, which are these 4, right? The concept of no more 0 days. What does that mean? That means do something every day. It could be as little as 1 phone call, sending out 1 third-party tool, making an appointment with somebody, whatever it is, but don't let a day go by. Especially because, there's a few days that we're just not going to be doing that, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. So it could be something as simple as sending out, holiday wishes to somebody, okay? Being grateful to the 3 of yous, the 3 yous. What are the 3 yous? Well, they're you in the past, you in the present, and you moving forward. Who are you going to be, and who are you going to become tomorrow, the next day, next year? Forgiving yourself. What we like about this rule here is it has to do with, if you had a bad day, and we all have them on occasion, forgive yourself and then move on, right? Always getting back on track, because you can only spend so much time in the past. You get a choice. So forgive yourself and move on. And then lastly there, exercise in books. Every time I've heard this mentioned over and over, successful entrepreneurs, which is what we all are in some way, take care of themselves. You've got to take care of your body. You got to take care of your mind. And so when you do that, you're going to progress. All right. So when we're starting to think about our prospects, this is where it starts. Understanding the concept of it's about developing relationship. It's about developing trust. The same holds true, whether we're asking someone to join our business or asking them to take our product. Some people will just go, you know what? I trust you. I'll do it. I had a quick story. I'm working out some of the details, but recently I signed up a new consultant. And while we're standing there, because he was a little put off, like, I don't know if I got time. I don't know if I have time. He called his friend over. We were at a kava bar. Called his friend over, and a friend was telling him about he just had some liver surgery and he's got all these conditions. And if I tell you, within 5 minutes of sharing with him how it was the products were benefiting my friend Joe, Tom decided, I'm interested. I'll sign me up. Just like that. And I turned around to Joe and I said, see, Joe, that was 5 minutes. Now you're going to help somebody accomplish the goals that you've accomplished, which I won't go into all the details. So build that trust and then move on. It's so much easier than trying to, force what we're doing down somebody. All right. This is another one of those moments of, like, just be you. As they say, don't be somebody else. They're already taken. Just be the best you, right? And you can always shift. You can always tweak yourself. You can always become that next best version, but just be good to yourself, be kind to yourself, and be good to others. And I'm telling you, that alone, they ought to partially call our industry attraction, right? We not only do we activate, we also attract people to us. So it depends on who you are and who you're becoming. All right, I had to take this because it was just, we were on this call, we heard Makesa, if I'm not pronouncing it properly, but his energy, his enthusiasm was literally contagious. It came through the screen. And this is why he built such a big business so quickly, for these particular reasons. And this is what I am becoming. I'm working on stepping into this part of me, right? That a little bit more higher energy, like Gina keeps telling me, smile more, which I'm working on, so do these things. And believe it or not, smile when you're on the phone. People can tell. So I'm working on that too. All right. Be clear with your communication and just step out and, don't be afraid. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? They say no. Or I always love to hear no, not right now. But when it comes to December, you think no means I'm too busy, I'm too distracted. And we heard somebody a little earlier talking about not feeling well for almost a whole month in November. Well, let's help people feel better. for December and on into January. And remember, what that motivation is partly for me is what we're doing this month is setting us up for January. So even if you get a bunch of no's, they're going to turn around in January and go, man, I really would love to pay off that credit card that I just put all those gifts on. Maybe I should look at this, right? But they won't if you never introduce it to it. Shake them up. There, I play around a little bit. What can I tell you? Next, what is our competition? Remember, if you're not making those phone calls, these two will, right? How would you say no to this? I have to lighten it up just a little. That's just my warped sense of humor. Moving right along. What are you doing for prospecting? Well, there is a checklist you need to look at, something to consider, especially in December. One of the things that the presenter was talking about, which really resonated for me, was, hey, everyone's all cranked up or got all cranked up for Black Friday. Well, what if there was no Black Friday? What if Black Friday came more often? What if it happened 4 times in December, right? Pretend like it really didn't happen and make it happen. Because again, this is part of that energy, that enthusiasm. How can we help people move the needle forward by introducing them to what we have to offer, right? And then it's a mindset. It's setting your mind up for what we call being in beast mode. That's that, you know what? I don't really want to make calls today. Okay, say it, forgive yourself, and then go make the calls. Right? Like I said, it could be one call, no 0 days. I'm going to just keep reiterating on that one. It could be one thing. If that's all you do, send one party tool, send one video, send one message. As long as you're doing something, there's momentum. And when I want to give you my perspective on, being negative. When people say, oh, no, that's not going to work. I always like to say, no, they're just trying to talk me out of it. I know what we have, and I'm going to move forward anyway. Okay, moving forward here. Come on, there we go. All right, remember, making a list. Where does it start? Here, take action. You can start tonight. Take out a sheet of paper, take out a pen, make a list. There will be those who say no, they're very negative. Okay, next. Go into question mark. What are they looking for? What are they interested in? What are their needs? And then send them that. That's what the check mark is. And as a professional, when you're going through and asking people to join the business, don't try to talk them into it, because you'll work too hard, right? You want to sort them out. I did that today. I said to somebody, listen, you're not getting back to me. Maybe now's not a good time. I have another meeting to go to. I'll check back with you some other time. Bye. And I left. All right. You got to just keep the ball rolling. All right. Market overview. I just wanted to say this real quick as I start to wind up. This is Vern. Can anyone tell that this woman is 107 years old? She just had a birthday a few months ago. She just got this dog out of the pound. This is to show you the power of belief in yourself and a good attitude. This is Vern, and look at that smile. I'll give you that story another time, but I just wanted to share with you. She never gives up. She's always got a good attitude, or at least most of the time. And that's what got her to 107. Cool. The one who follows the crowd will usually go no further than the crowd. Which crowd are you getting behind? The one who walks alone are likely to find themselves in places no one has ever been before. So don't be afraid to walk alone, but you don't have to, because we're all here together. Oop. All right. And remember, you're growing. You're always growing. All right. You may not look at it on the outside, but if you're doing things, reading things, listening to things, you're growing on the inside. And here we go. You remember the big panda? Which one's more important? Asked Big Panda. The journey or the destination? The company, said Tiny Dragon. We're the company. We're each other. We have each other. Let's rely on that. Let's use that. That's why Kirsty said, and I'll close with, it's amazing that we have leaders that you can get on the phone and let them do all the work. Where else can you do that? Just make the call. Say, you know what? I'm going to set one or two up this week. Let them do the work. That's what they enjoy it. They're sitting around waiting to do that. So that's what I have for you. Thank you very much.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I had to turn my mic. I had to turn my mic on. Doc, like, you rock.
Oh,
Yeah.
That
You guys
was,
give Doc some love. You know how much
oh,
time and effort it takes like to put together training for you guys? Like, and I'm telling you, as
that's
he was
so
putting
awesome.
together this training, right? You were closing deals, you were putting Lindy and I on three-way calls and enrolling consultants, like no excuses. So thank you. That was amazing. Take some time to read the comments. They're giving you lots of love. It's your gift zone for sure. So I'm putting you on the training roster.
I was just
Um,
gonna say that. Add him to.
yeah, we vote you. Thank
You
you.
here's the one thing you just did, Doc. You just set yourself up to, we're calling on you all the time. That was absolutely perfect.
well,
I
thank you.
mean, no,
Thank
I'm
you.
so like, and sorry to jump in and interrupt, but being your upline and Gina, like you guys are amazing. You're blowing up my phone all the time. And I'm just like, I love that. Because they are doing, everybody's trying to figure out how to be an influencer, how to do this and that. Doc and Gina are literally getting me in front, and Christy and Dave in front of people, literally, you guys, almost every day. It might be a three-way phone call, it might be a Zoom, and Gina and I have met with people, probably four people in a week, I mean in person. So that, I know that's kind of old school, but it is working, and it is working when you talk to people, when you're talking to people either on the phone or via having a Zoom with them or meeting them one on one. And Doc and Gina are doing that literally every single day. And
Amazing.
they rely
Wendy.
on Christy and Dave and myself. So that's all I'm going to say. I know you.
Thank you. I know we should have given the whole half hour to him and then another half hour to Melanie for sure.
No, I want to hear
But
I love
Melanie does have
Melanie. I'm
to,
so glad Melanie's on.
she's
Yes.
she's prepared a great training too, and she needs to hop off in 7 minutes. So thank you, Doc. We all have our gift zones, and Miss Melanie Berk, you all know her and love her. She's been with us for what, going on 8, 9 years. She's a CPA. She loves our industry, loves our team, loves LifeVantage. And so she put together a great training because again, well, I'm just going to throw it out to Melanie so you can get on. I'll shut up. We love you, Melanie. Thank you for doing this for us. And I know at the beginning of the year too, we're going to do another kind of tax strategy session with you.
Okay, and you guys can see that because it looks different presenting.
Yes,
All
yes.
right. So this would be great to share with anybody who joined your team this year. Just kind of going over some things. I hope nobody ends up like what's in that right-hand corner down there. So we'll just go real quick. Tax season can be stressful, especially when you're a business. So stay organized. Use some Excel or an accounting software to keep track of everything and plan ahead. What people think home-based business taxes are is just keeping track of your receipts, maybe using some tax software, hiring an accountant, declaring your income and taxes, and then avoiding audits by playing it safe. So a couple of things, tax software doesn't always know if you're just doing it on yourself, doesn't automatically catch all deductions. And quite frankly, a lot of CPAs and tax accountants don't really understand home-based businesses. So just keep that in mind as you're looking through and trying to figure this out. What it really should be is that you do proactive tax planning. So try to find somebody who does understand it. I've kind of made that one of my niches is because I work it. I have become more familiar with the rules that are allowed. Detailed record keeping, if you keep up with it, like do that little circle thing with your receipts once a month rather than trying to do it in April in a panic, will be a whole lot easier. Knowing what to write off, at the end I'll give you a slide that shows a book that's a great reference, and there's also another one called What's Your Plan B? And it talks about why you need a home-based business, even if you have a W-2 full-time job. And that is by Courtney Epps, with which Christy and Dave just recently met and started working with. So that knowing what to write off, like I said, most accountants don't really know what is write-offable for a home-based business. And if you don't approach it with things that you want to write off, they're not going to bring it up to you. So you kind of need to do your own little homework and knowing how to take deductions that are eligible that they may not know of, because I work with a lot of different businesses. I can't know the rules on all things, but if you ask me a question, I'm more than happy to go look. And that's kind of how I've learned, is listening to different things and extra resources. I found out more of that. So debunking some of the tax myths, again, if you say my accountant handles all of that for me, don't count on it. They really, really don't know, especially with home-based businesses. They work with traditional brick and mortar type businesses. So this is an outside the box thing for them. Don't worry about claiming deductions will trigger an audit. I know that, a couple of years ago, they said they were hiring 84,000 auditors. That didn't materialize, and it's not going to materialize. The audit ratio is like 0.3% or some ungodly low rate amount. So if you have the receipts and you can justify the expense, take the write-off, take the claim. And then, like I said, tax software will handle everything, only if you know how to do it. So one place is, there's a place to do office in the home expense. And I had one person who did it themselves. And it says, do you pay rent or a mortgage? And she said rent. And it says, well, how much do you pay for rent? She said $750. And she didn't times it by 12 to get the full year. So she lost a huge deduction because she didn't understand what the question was asking. So again, find professional help, or really understand what the tax software is asking you. Here's a really simple way, even in Google Sheets, that's free. Run a check register and keep track of all of your expenses. I always tell businesses, have a separate bank account for your business. It does not have to be in a business name. Don't do that if you don't have an actual LLC, because the bank will want an EIN if it's in a business name. Just go get a separate checking account for yourself. You can get a free checking account at most banks. And just run your LifeVantage things, your business expenses through that one checking account, so that it's all easy in one easy place to see. And then you're not trying to sort out, okay, where'd that deposit go? Oh, I put it in that bank, or I put it in that bank. Where did I write that check from? Or what credit card did I put that expense on? So if you run it all through one account, it's so much easier to find. And this is just running a standard check register, but I'm putting the expenses in categories. And then at the end of the year, you can add it up. If you brought me that kind of a thing at the end of the year, I could prepare your business Schedule C inside your personal tax return. No problems at all. So that's an easy, no expense record keeping method. So if you did that at the end of every month, looked at your bank statement or your receipts and did this kind of a worksheet every month and just kept it running for the end of the year, you would have all your records done by the end of the year. Here's one of those resources that I was telling you about. I actually have worked with this gentleman. He only does home-based business stuff. He is licensed CPA and a CA in Canada. He has a Facebook group that is home-based businesses, and would be happy to invite anybody into the Facebook group or send you the link. Lots of great information there, and the book is spectacular. It gives you some ideas on what you can deduct. There is one other book that I have. It's called 475 Business Deductions or something like that. I can post that, a picture of that in our Telegram channel if you want. It's literally an alphabetical list of what can be deductions. So if you say, hey, can I deduct that? You could look up in that paperback book and be able to determine whether you can write it off or not. So I'm available. If you have some questions, please message me. I'm always happy to share and answer questions that then you could take to your tax preparer if you'd like.
Hey,
So,
and better yet, Melanie. So people, we should do something like either in Team Vitality Facebook group, maybe post that photo of that book in there, and then people can ask their questions right under that, and then you can
Okay.
answer, and then it'll all be right there. Because I
Cool.
don't want you to be bombarded because you have work to do. Got to build your business. No. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Melanie.
Thank you so much. I know you need to hop off, hon, so go ahead. I just wanted
All right.
to tell everybody that, a lot of people forget or don't know that, enrolling with LifeVantage as a consultant, we have some amazing tax write-offs. Your initial startup kit, your monthly subscriptions, the Axio samples you hand out, cell phone, travel expenses, all of the things. And so it's such a great reminder to have those conversations when you're talking to someone about, who's looking at coming on and is a bit in the business. And by coming in December, they can actually write off. I don't think they can write off the whole year of 2025, but absolutely, a lot of things this month. So again, we'll have Melanie back on to do some more training for us maybe in the spring. But if you have any tax questions, please take advantage of her knowledge and ask that in the post. And I'll have her do it in Team Vitality Facebook group. So with that, we are here for you. I know, Dave and I are actually around December. It's a super quiet month, so do not hesitate to reach out for any help. End of January gets a little crazy for us, but we love you. We appreciate you. We hope you all have a wonderful Christmas, and we're excited for what's to come in the new year. So we're signing off now. Thank you,
Bye,
Dr. Melanie.
everybody.
Thank
Good
you,
Merry
night.
everybody.
Christmas.
Thank
you.
Great
you.
job, Dr. Melanie. Bye.